السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الحمد لله الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. I welcome you all to the class of 400 questions in Sarf. And inshallah ta'ala today we are going to read from question number 85 onwards and إسناد الفعل المعتل إلى الضمائر. The mu'tal means weak verbs. So now we start how to conjugate, how to do the isnad of the verb to different pronouns. ما أقسام الفعل المعتل? So the first question he begins by saying, what are the types of فعل معتل? ينقسم الفعل معتل إلى أربعة أقسام. The فعل معتل is divided into four types. It divides into four types. الفعل المعتل المثال. One is مثال, and we know مثال means it starts with a واو or a يا. هو ما كانت فاؤه من حرف العلة, and it is fa means its first letter, correct? Like we know the fa kalima, ain kalima, lam kalima, right? So the first letter is حرف العلة. And what are حرف العلة? Wow and ya. I mean, alif also, but alif is either a wow or ya, but technically wow and a ya. Nahu waqafa. So it starts with the wow, it's called mithal. Wajada. Al-fi'l al-mu'tal, the second type of mu'tal is al-fi'l al-mu'tallu al-ajwafu. And the second is ajwaf. Ajwaf means what? It has an alif in between, and that's a wow or ya. وَمَا كَانَتْ عَيْنُهُ حَرْفُ الْعِلَّةٍ, and its ayn, that is the middle letter, is حرف عِلَّة. نحو باع عاش قال. Ba. So ba, this is actually a ya, so baya. And asha is ayasha, and so on. Asha yaishu. And that ya will be converted into an alif. Qala. Then we have al-fi'l al-mu'tal al-naqis. We have what? الفعل المعتل الناقص. ناقص means the last letter is the حرف علة. وما كانت لامه حرف علة. It's لام حرف علة. It should be فتحة, yes. خبر كان. It's لام means last letter is حرف علة, like مشى. مشى, this is a ya. قضى. مشى is to walk. قضى is to judge. دعا is to call. Then you have الفعل المعتل اللفيف. لفيف in the sense two weak letters. وهو قسمان لفيف مفروق and لفيف مقرون. لفيف مقرون, مفروق and مقرون. So he'll explain. مفروق means the weak letters will come separately. فرق, yeah? And مقرون means قرن. That means they'll come together. اللفيف المفروق هو ما كانت فاؤه ولامه حرفي علة. It's fa and lam. So fa, ain, lam, right? Fa'ala, fa and lam. So the first letter and the third letter is a harfu illa. Nahu wa'a. See? Wa is to comprehend. Wa'i to understand. So this is called mafruq, separated. And wafa yafi, to be loyal. Waqa is to save. Waqa rabbana. Qina, waqina adhabana. Waqa. And then you have al-lafiful maqroon, which come together. Wa'a, wafa, waqa. وهو ما كانت عينه ولامه. That is the second letter and the third. عين and lam. حرفي علة. حرفي means حرفيني, the dual noun is dropped. علة نحو روى. The waw and ya came together. Rawa is to narrate. Nawa to intend. طوى is to fall. Like that. وقد سبق الحديث عن هذه الأنواع فيما سبق, and we have talked about all these types before. So go back to some questions. We have talked about this in the previous stuff, he says. When did you talk about it? So we've done 32 till now. What is sarf and the difference between morphologies? Because mizan sarfi, maybe you can see questions 11, 12. Maybe he talked about their qalb makani. What is mujarrad verb? Yeah, fail mazid. All these things we talked about till now. Okay. ما حكم إسناد الفعل المثال إلى الضمائر? What is the ruling of فعل إسناد إلى الضمائر? That is مثال إلى الضمائر. So how do you conjugate مثال? مثال means also starts with a wow. So, yes, يسند. I don't know the word. يسند. يسند الفعل المثال إلى الضمائر attaches. So the fail misal is conjugated or attaches, leans, supported by على النحو التالي on the following way مع الفعل الماضي. So with the فعل الماضي لا يحذف حذف يحذف لا يحذف من الفعل الشيء شيء عند اتصال الضمائر به. Nothing is omitted. So remember for mithal. So let's talk about mithal. Correct? What is mithal? It starts with a wow, generally speaking. Yeah is also there, but rare. Rare in it. So what you do, you don't delete anything. So the first qaida you have to remember. Don't delete anything in fail madi. So wajada, wajada, wajadu, wajadat, wajadata, wajadna, wajadta, wajadtuma. So it's mithal. That's why it's called mithal. It's similar to the sahih, right? Sahih salim or other verbs of sahih. Because you don't delete anything. That's why it's called mithal. You don't delete in madi anything. Nahu waqaftu, ana waqaftu, waqafa to stand or stop. Waqafna, we stood. Waqafna, hunna waqafna, they all stood. Waqafa, they both stood. Waqafta or waqafata, huma, they both stood. And waqafu, nothing is deleted, right? So madi, no problems at all. مع الفعل المضارع. Let's come to مضارع now. إذا كانت فاء الفعل واوا وهو على وزن يفعل بكسر العين. Now, if how do you make مضارع? وعد يعيد. So he says إذا كانت فاء الفعل واو. It's wow. And it is on the pattern of يفعل. So you have to look at the pattern. How do you know the pattern? You have to go to the dictionary. Correct? If it is on the pattern بكسر العين فإن الفاء تحذف. So the fa is omitted. في المضارع تحذف. We can say passive also. في المضارع لوقوعها بين الياء المفتوحة والكسرة. Why is it deleted? It is deleted. So وعد becomes يعد. Correct? لوقوعها بين الياء المفتوحة والكسرة والياء لا تناسب الواو. And ya is not appropriate with wow. So it will become what, wa'ada, for example. It will become yaw'idu. So it has come between two enemies. What are the two enemies? One is ya baina aduwatayn, like two enemies. One is ya and the other is kasra. Right? Ya al-maftuhati wal-kasrati wal-yaw la tunasibul waw. And the ya is not appropriate for wow. Correct? So what you do is drop it. It becomes ya'idu. Ya'idu. Okay? It becomes what? Ya'idu. Okay. So wa'ada. So anta taw'idu. Taw'idu, right? That means ta'idu. You promise. So hiya ta'idu. Waqafa yawkhifu. So it cannot come between ya and aduwa. Ya and kasra. Ya and kasra. No, not possible. Drop the waw. Yaqifu. He stands. So waw is dropped. And waw is the root letter. But why are you dropping the root letter? Because it is between two enemies. It cannot fight the war. It has to lose. So it becomes yaqifu. It becomes what? يقف. أما إذا كان الفعل على وزن يفعل. Now the pattern is يفعل أو يفعل بضم العين. It's on the pattern of. So he said this is only applicable for يفعل with a kasra. Right? يفعل with a kasra. But if it is with a dhamma or fatha بضم العين أو فتحها فلا يحدث فيه حذف. حذف is not occurring in it. For example, وجل. وجل. يوجل. Right? Wajala is to tremble. Yaujal is to fear. Yaujal. So here, see, Ya is there, and Jim has a fatha. It's not dropped. Wow is not dropped. And then Wajuha. I don't know what Wajuha means. To face someone, or he became Wajuha. Wajuha yawjuhu, to be a man of distinction. Yawjuhu, distinguished, honorable man. Yawju, wajuha hamidun, Hamid became honorable. So here, no problem at all. Wow is between wow and ya. I mean, you need not drop, right? You need not drop it. But I have a problem, and that is wada. Wada. So, is this rule 100% perfect? No. Why? See this verb. I don't know why. What's the wada? And what is the this thing? Yawda'u, right? Now look, yawda'u is not used. What is used? We drop the waw. Yada'u. So I don't know. He didn't speak about this. Why is waw dropped here? Is my question. Wada'a yada'u. He put to lay something down, to put set something down. Wada'a yada'u is used. Right? Why? Why not yawda'u? You said, okay, fine. You said, oh, it's between waw and a kasra. It falls away. But why not here? It's between waw and ya and a fatha. It's between a ya and a fatha here. Like you said, ya and a fatha, you don't drop. So this needs to be answered. Even wahaba yahabu, for example. Yawhabu, you don't drop. I mean, we drop the yawaw. Wahaba is to grant something. Wahab, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this fatha rule is not 100% applicable, I believe. Or these are the exceptions. We have to look into this. Some other books answer this, but this book doesn't answer. And I don't remember the answer for it, but these are the exceptions. I remember two of them, wada'a and wahaba. We drop it. But remember, the general rule is if it's a kasra, we drop it. But let me try to find on Google if somebody has answered. لماذا نحذف الواو في وضع? Why do we omit واو in وضع? Let me see. So these two are exceptions, huh? وضع and وهب. Somebody already has asked, لماذا حذفت الواو من المضارع يهب and يدع? Why is the واو deleted in ويدع and يهب and they quoted these two verbs. مع أن عين المضارع مفتوحة وليست مكسورة, because the عين المضارع is a fatha. He says, here he replies, لأن الأصل يوهب. So he says, يدع is actually, the asl was يودع. I don't know why they've changed it to the fatha. وقعت الواو بين عدوتيها. Now wow has occurred between the two enemies. Right? This is the enemy, the ya, and the kasra is the enemy. Two enemies. So what happened? Drop the wow. Yadi'u. It became what? Yadi'u. Huh? فحذفت وقد فتحت عن عين الكلمة مناسبة حذفي الحلق. And now, because this is a حذف الحلق, يدعو, it's so difficult to say, no? عين is coming حلق. حلق. So what we do is we give a fatha. So it became yada'u. So this is the story of these two verbs, wahaba and yahabu. So yahabu is also yawhibu. Yawhibu. All right. Now you might be like, wow, wow has come between two enemies. Wow has come. So you'll say yahibu. Yahibu. Right? It's a kasra, huh? The icon, you cannot see the kasra. And then it's a halqi. So what they do is halq letters yahabu. It's easier to pronounce. He is so difficult. He, I, so difficult to say. Mawdi', mawdi'u, yadi'u. So what happened? Also, they gave a fatha, it becomes yada'u. So these two verbs, don't worry. But the general rule is, if it is on daraba yadribu, fa'ala yaf'ilu pattern, you will delete the wow. You will delete the wow. And وقد فتحت أيضا من الأمر. Amr also حب ضع حملا على المضارع. So Amr is also, because al-amru ibn al-mudari. Amr is what? The son of mudari. Correct? So wada'a, yada'u, and wahaba, yahabu. Why? We dropped the wow because it was actually kasra. It was actually kasra. But others, you should not delete the wow. That's why he did not speak it here, I guess. مع الفعل الأمر تحذف فاء الفعل المثال. In Amr also you drop the wow. Wa'ada becomes id. Wasafa becomes sif. Wasafa becomes sif. Wasafa is to describe. So sif lana. Describe for us. ما حكم الواو إذا كانت فاء الكلمة في المصدر الواو. What is the ruling of واو is if the fa of the kalima, that is the first letter in the masdar is wawi, in fil masdar wawi, in the masdar wawi, yajuzu hadful wawi idha kanat. So masdar also, masdar you may. So mithal has two masdars. One is with waw and the other is without waw. في الحالة المصدر الواوي نحو وعظ. وعظ is to give a exhortation, a reminder. So you can say two masdar. One is drop the waw and give a ta marbuta idhatun. This is what? Afa ain lam. So ilatun is used. Ilatun, ain lam and ta marbuta. Or it could be wa'avan, fa'alan, on the pattern of fa'alan. Wazana, there could be two masters. Again, Nisal has two masters. Zinatun as well as waznan. Waznan. Zinatun means to weigh. The act of weighing is called zina. Then we have ma hukmul. Let's do it slowly, inshallah. This is only about mithal today, right? So remember the rules of mithal. In the madi, you don't delete anything. In the mudari, if it is fa'ala yaf'ilu, you drop the waws. Fa'ala yaf'ilu, you drop the waw. That is daraba yadribu, bab daraba. For others, you don't drop the waw except wada'a and wahaba. Because these were also fa'ala yaf'ilu. So don't get confused by these two exceptions. But others don't drop. So remember, most of the verbs are for dropping itself, right? Wajala, yaujalu is very rare, and wajuha is also rare. So remember, in the mudari, you can generally remember drop the waw, generally, except these others. For others, drop the waw. Why are we dropping the waw again? Because between two enemies, one enemy is the ya, the other enemy is the kasra. The other enemy is the kasra. So I think we can do ajwaf inshallah next class, because we'll separate ajwaf and naqis and then lafif questions again in different sections, inshallah ta'ala, so that we'll have in different places. So we'll be focusing on mithal. Try to conjugate, for example, conjugate wa'ada. So wa'ada, wa'ada, wa'adu, wa'adat, wa'adata, and like that, wa'atu, wa'adna. Then wa'ada becomes ya'idu. So ya'idu, ya'idani, ya'iduna, ta'idu, ta'idan, like that. Just a'idu, na'idu. Amr also, id, ida, idu, idi, ida, idna. La ta'id, la ta'ida, la ta'idu, la ta'idi, la ta'ida, la ta'idna. That is an-nahyu, right? Barakallahu feekum, jazakallahu khairan. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum.